This area is got a coating of rubber cement on it that I put on with a brush. I'll talk more about that later. Right now it's just kind of dark out here and it's got some leaves on it. This has 3 coats of the rubber sealant on it, and you're supposed to do it when it's about 50 degrees or higher. That's right about where it was for me. And I'm going to talk more about this when I close in the underside. But the reason I had to close this in is because it's not completely waterproof, but pretty much waterproof to begin with. But I didn't want to risk it because underneath this is going to be closed in. So it has to be absolutely dry. And the you can see there, the underside. Let me try and show you a little bit better. Down there will be closed in. So all along here, this is the edge of that area. So that's what I'm closing in. I will be putting something on top of this. And this stuff is called Liquid Rubber Waterproof Sealant, Multi-Surface Leak, Repair Indoor and Outdoor Coating, water-based, easy to apply, original. I bought it off Amazon. I'll put a link below, as I said earlier. But this stuff has multiple purposes. It's really for exterior stuff. Outside, it can be a flat roof, sloped roof. You can see there in that diagram. I did a screen capture of that from Amazon. But I think it's going to work. I mean, it's even for a planter box, which typically holds water gutters. I mean, it seems like pretty amazing stuff, but I'm hoping that it will work, and we'll see. Now, if you look at the description online, it says protective finish for flat roofs, metal roofs, slope roofs, planter boxes, foundations, sheds, basements, metal roof, concrete, and more. Highly flexible. I'm not using it for a flexible purpose, but I think it could be used for that. Like I said, the link will be in the description below, and you'll be able to really research it on your own. There are other options. I bought a gallon of this. It cost about $70, but well worth it if you're sealing off an area and you don't want leaks. That's absolutely critical, and I don't want leaks because the underside of this area will be closed off into a separate room, which will have AC, heating, etc., and it can't get wet at all. But you'll see what else I do in a minute. I also put some of this rubber sealant in this area because I'm trying to protect this wood here, and this is where I put a pad for the dog to use the bathroom, so I don't have to take him all the way down there in the middle of the night. And actually that green pad there will go there, and I just rinse it off frequently to keep the smell down, but it should protect the wood. I'm hoping. It's trial and error. We'll see. So I swept this off. I'm going to measure the width. It should be pretty much the same. That is 45, so I'm gonna make them 44 and a quarter. I do have caulk over there, and it might stick out a little bit. So, you know what, I think I'll go 44 and a half, and I'll try that there and see what it is. See if it's okay here. Yeah, 44 and a half. Here. 44 and a half, and then out at the end here I'll try, see what I got. And 44 and a half, that's a little shy. No, 44 and a half. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. 44 and a half with all of them. So I'll cut maybe 5 or 6 of them, bring them up. Now, I don't have a lot of stuff in the way here, so I think I'll be able to snap these in place without a problem. We'll see. So I got 2 packages of this. It was remnant, so I got a deal on it. Even still, it was expensive because it's waterproof. You can see right there. But I'll pull one out and show you what it looks like. So it's a light gray. And I'm gonna cut off this end. So I don't want to have to deal with that. And I'll just leave one flush. So I'm gonna mark 44.5 and cut it. So the panel itself is 48 inches. So I'm gonna have a cutoff that's not much, 3.5 inches. So I'm gonna go up and try this and see how well it fits. So here's the panel, and it's a little snug. So I'm thinking I need to take another 1/4 of an inch off, because when you put these in, they have to go up and then they snap into place in these grooves here. So I'm gonna take another 1/4 of an inch because I don't want to have a problem with that. And I might end up putting molding in here or caulk or something to seal it off and do that on both sides. Okay, that's a little snug, but I can work with that. There's enough room to move that. So 44.25 it is. And then when it's laying down, yeah, I got enough room on both sides, put a little caulk in there. And this is also waterproof, so I think it'll be fine. So this is going together beautifully and shouldn't take me long to finish, so I'm very happy about that. And this again is waterproof, so it should seal this whole area off. I don't know if you ever put together flooring like this, but these grooves need to be free of debris. Here, underneath here. When you put this in, sorry I'm doing it one-handed. I don't have a helper today. So you gotta make sure it all lines up. The crack is seamless. You can't really tell where it is. It's right there. But it's pretty seamless. And then I just push it in with my foot or a rubber mallet. This is going together really well though, so I'm happy. So this floor appears to have a dip in it. Has a dip in it this way, so they're not sitting perfectly. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't. Anyway, I used the persuader and it knocked it in enough to make a real flat seal, which is perfect. So when you're tapping in with this rubber mallet, I think a wooden mallet would work too. It's raised up a little bit. When you tap it in, you don't want to damage that, because that lip is what secures everything together. So it went down beautifully, and you can see the edges are a little funky, but it's laying very flat. So the best thing I think I can do, because this is a J channel down here and I can't really put molding up, it would just be into that, which wouldn't be that secure. So I think I'm just gonna go with a gray caulk that I think is about this color, but I think it'll match well enough. But it's 37 degrees out, so I'm gonna have to wait. Caulk says 40 degrees, so I'm gonna caulk all the way around, including here. And I want to put maybe a threshold there. I'm just not sure. But if I do caulk there, I'll just put something weighty here to hold it down, so it does hold it down. Okay. This side's not so bad. The caulk can be hidden pretty well. This side, yeah, the water is, you can't tell from here, but there's a pitch that's going that way. So I loaded up the rubber cement or rubber sealant on that side, hence the bigger gap. But I think I'm going to try and put enough caulk in there to cover the black and have it blend in a little bit better. And this is what I ended up. I just put this, it's kind of like grass stuff, but he's trained to go to the bathroom on that, and then I just rinse it off so it doesn't stink. And I have a disinfectant that's okay for animals that I put on this. And once it warms up, I'm going to try and paint this rubber sealant, see if it'll paint. So he tends to lift his leg over the edge, so I painted those ballasts with a black rubber sealant. So I'm hoping that the paint will adhere to it, but I can't do that until it warms up. So I caulked around the entire inside perimeter. This was pretty heavy caulk over here. And there you can still see some of the black. And they also caulked down there. I put it underneath that piece and in front. And I'll clean it up with a wet rag. And then probably get a threshold at some point to put there so I don't trip on it and pull it up. The nice thing about this caulk is it's paintable. So I could paint it the same color as the deck. And maybe paint that too, to get rid of the black. So that should be nice. I cut down 2 pieces of hickory, very hard wood, and this is really pretty wood. I layer it on top, so one lines up with the flooring, and the other one sits on top to hold it into place. So this is now finished.